You're welcome to Lights TV Main News, today the 4th of February in the year 2026. The day is caught. True transformation begins when you embrace change, confront challenges, and turn lessons into action. A look at the headlines. Cabinet approves the 7 bills to enhance disaster investment heritage. IBA warns broadcasters over graphic footage. Zambian commemorates World Cancer Day. FAS to refine strategic plan with FIFA guidance. With the news in detail, my name is Martin Lutuna. Cabinet has approved 7 bills aimed at improving disaster preparedness, boosting investment, and protecting Zambia's natural and cultural heritage. Minister of Information and Media, Cornelius Mwetwa, says 4 bills have been cleared for publication and introduction in Parliament, including the Disaster Management Amendment Bill, Water Supply and Sanitation Services Bill, Investment, Trade and Business Development Regulations Bill, and the TOS Tomutini Toll Plaza Regulations Bill. 3 bills were approved in principle: the National Heritage Conservation Commission Amendment Bill, the National Museums Repeal Bill, and the Heritage Regulations Bill. The bills focus on disaster risk management, water and sanitation reforms, industrial development, transport infrastructure, and safeguarding Zambia's heritage. More in this report.
Cabinet approved the Road Sector Investment Plan, Phase 3, for implementation during the period 2025 to 2035 in order to provide a guiding framework for investments in the road sector and ensure that the road sector is capable of contributing to the economic and social development of our country. Over the years, government, in collaboration with its cooperating partners, has implemented road sector SIP 1 and 2 and other road development programs and projects which have resulted in improved road network in our country. Despite this, several key concerns have arisen that Road SIP 3 seeks to address, and these include increasing road sector debt, lack of sector investment plan, and lack of a coordinated medium to long-term sector implementation plan for the past 12 years. The Road SIP 3 will therefore ensure the road network is developed and maintained in a sustainable manner and capable of contributing to the economic and social development of our country.
The Independent Broadcasting Authority has cautioned TV stations against airing raw and disturbing images of accidents, death, and violence. IBA Director for Corporate Communications, Katendi Wandi, says viewer discretion warnings alone are not enough to protect children and vulnerable viewers from emotional harm. Stations are urged to exercise strict editorial judgment by avoiding graphic content, limiting repetition, protecting victims' privacy, and using long shots or blurring images where necessary. The guideline aligns with Section 5 of the IBA Act of 2002 and the authority's standard operating procedures. Broadcasters are called on to strengthen internal controls to safe and responsible viewing. More in this report.
As the Independent Broadcasting Authority IBA, we wish to advise all television stations against airing disturbing and distressing images. We have noted instances where some news bulletins have aired raw or graphic footage of accident victims, death, violence, and other traumatic scenes in a manner that grossly compromises good taste and decency. While viewer discretion warnings may be issued, these alone may not be sufficient to prevent potential emotional or psychological harm, particularly to children and other vulnerable audiences. Television stations are therefore reminded to exercise strict editorial judgment by avoiding graphic images, intense violence or explicit content, avoiding repetitive distressing footage, protecting the privacy and dignity of victims, using long shots instead of close-ups to minimize the impact on viewers, blurring or cropping images when injured persons or bodies are shown, only when editorially justified and in public interest. We offer this guidance in accordance with Section 5 of the IBA Act of 2002, which mandates the authority to provide advisory opinions on broadcasting standards and ethical conduct. In addition, stations are advised to adhere to Sections 1 and 2 of the IBA Standard Operating Procedures, which require broadcasters to protect audiences from harmful or offensive content. We urge all stations to strengthen internal editorial controls and ensure full compliance to maintain a safe, respectful, and responsible.
The Center for Trade Policy and Development says Zambia can capture more value from copper amid soaring global prices. CTPD lead researcher Barnabas Mwale reports prices have stayed above $10,000 per metric ton, peaking at $13,000 on the London Metal Exchange, driven by demand from electric vehicles, renewable energy, and AI data centers. Mwale warns that while export earnings rise, benefits remain uneven due to limited domestic processing and Zambia's sliding scale mineral royalty. In notes, 2025 ZRA collections reached 16 billion kwacha, below the 17.4 billion kwacha target. CTPD urges the government to boost local value addition, develop domestic suppliers, and adopt price contingent fiscal measures during exceptional price cycles. More in this report.
The Center for Trade Policy and Development notes the surge in global copper price that have breached historical threshold, currently trading at slightly above $13,000 per metric tons on the London Metal Exchange. So what this surge reflects is a structural shift in global demand for copper, which is projected to reach up to 42 million metric tons by 2040 from approximately 27 million metric tons that was recorded in 2024. For Zambia, this moment presents both an opportunity and a policy test, especially with regards to our industrialization and mining legal framework. So while the rising prices are increasing export earnings, the distribution of these gains remains highly uneven, given that recent price increases are driven primarily by exogenous global demand dynamics rather than firm-specific productivity gains. At present, Zambia captures a part of the upside from copper price spikes through a price-based sliding scale for mineral royalty taxes. This design reflects a deliberate policy choice informed by Zambia's past experiences with administratively complex profit-based taxes that have proved vulnerable to base erosion, transfer pricing, and revenue volatility. Under this regime, what you note is that while our reliance on the sliding scale mineral royalty reflects a deliberate policy choice to prioritize revenue certainty and reduce profit shifting risk, this design limits the state's ability to participate meaningfully in extreme price windfalls. In addition to this, mineral royalty tax contribution also remains relatively low, with ZRA 2025 statistics indicating that collections stood at 16 billion kwacha against a target of 17.4 billion kwacha. We therefore urge government to use this price surge as a strategic window to strengthen value addition through incremental pathways, including local supplier developments, and explore complementary price contingent fiscal instruments that automatically activate during exceptional price cycles and deactivate as prices normalize.
Zambia today joined the rest of the world in commemorating World Cancer Day at Chainda Grounds in Lusaka, under the theme United by Unique, with the event officiated by Minister of Health, Honorable Dr. Elijah J. Muchima, MP. Dr. Muchima disclosed that Zambia records over 15,000 new cancer cases annually, with more than 9,000 deaths, representing a 60% mortality rate. He said cervical cancer remains the leading cancer, with 3,600 cases, followed by prostate cancer at 1,600 and breast cancer, which affects 1,100 women each year. The minister announced the expansion of breast cancer detection clinics from 4 to 10, the rollout of cervical cancer screening to all 116 districts, and plans to increase HPV vaccination coverage for girls aged 9 to 14 from 12% to over 90%. Meanwhile, Munali Member of Parliament Mike Mposha has urged communities, especially high-risk groups, to embrace regular testing and screening, saying community participation is key to building a culture of prevention and early detection. More in this report.
Today, we gather on this significant occasion, Wednesday, 4th February 2026, to commemorate World Cancer Day.
Zambia today joined the rest of the world in commemorating World Cancer Day at China Grounds in Lusaka under the theme United by Unique. The event was officiated by Minister of Health Dr. Elijah Muchima, who also toured various exhibition stands showcasing cancer prevention, screening and treatment services. Cancer is a disease caused by the uncontrolled growth of abdomen cells in the body and remains one of the country's leading causes of death. Zambia records over 15,000 new cases annually, with more than 9,000 deaths representing 60% mortality rate.
This is not merely a date on the calendar. It is a day that unites us in a shared mission to combat one of the most daunting health challenges in Zambia. As we enter the second year of the 2025-2027 global campaign, we stand together under the theme United by Unique. This theme reminds us that while the disease is a collective burden, every cancer journey is deeply personal. It demands a health system that sees the person, not just pathology. It calls for a person-centered approach where care is tailored to the unique biological, social, and emotional needs of every Zambian.
Meanwhile, Munali Member of Parliament Mike Mposha has called on communities to engage regular screening, saying early detection saves lives.
I trust that the testimonies that have been given will encourage a lot of us to take responsibility and ensure that we encourage ourselves to go for early screening. Honorable Minister, it is also important that our communities must develop the culture of medical checkups. Particularly, we note in our community the high rise of the non-communicable diseases, which could easily be detected if we develop the culture of early screening, going for medical checkups.
Cervical cancer remains the most common, with 360 cases each year, following by prostate cancer at 1,600 cases and breast cancer, which affects 1,100 women annually.
And we are doing everything possible in terms of equipment. When we talk about cancer, there is expansion in terms of infrastructure at UTH, drawing huge sums of money. Ndola Cancer Hospital is almost done. And also talking about Livingstone Cancer Hospital, almost to commence. These are efforts your president, your government is putting in place. We are spending huge sums of money evacuating people to India. It is not a leisure. It's a serious commitment on behalf of your president.
Reporting
for
More than 33,000 residents of Chainda Township have been vaccinated as part of an ongoing cholera campaign targeting 35,000 people as the disease continues to affect Lusaka. Dr. Doreen Shepela of the Zambia National Public Health Institute says the campaign is conducted in 3 rounds of day 0, day 8, and day 28 intervals. The first round reached 92% coverage, while the second round stands at 77%. ZNPHI, working with the Zambia Red Cross Society, continues door-to-door awareness and vaccination efforts. As of 3rd February, Zambia has recorded 12 new cholera cases, bringing total cases since August 2025 to 797, with 14 deaths, a case fatality rate at 1.8%. Most new cases are in Lusaka, 10, and in Mpulungu, 2. Mbala district has gone 28 days without new cases, meeting criteria for outbreak closure. Residents are urged to maintain hygiene, drink safe water, and report symptoms promptly to curb further spread. Chongwe District Health Hospital has received a major boost from IK Charitable Trust with donations including foodstuffs, cabinets, blankets, and essential furniture. The contribution is expected to improve patient welfare and strengthen the hospital's capacity to deliver quality health care services to the people of Chongwe District. IK Charitable Trust also pledges key infrastructure projects, including renovation of the hospital incinerator, installation of a water stand and a tank, and construction of new ablution blocks. These interventions aims to improve sanitation, water supply, and create a safer environment for patients and healthcare workers. The handover ceremony was attended by Chongwe District Commissioner Dr. Evans Lupia, who urged collaboration between government, private sector, and partners to drive sustainable development in the district. IK Charitable Trust Administrative Officer Dr. Bilal Mansouri reaffirmed the Trust's commitment to supporting development initiatives, while the Ministry of Health was represented by Acting Director of Health Services Dr. Moton Zuze. The Trust was led by Secretary Mr. Shoyeb Kanat, with several senior government and health officials also in attendance. We'll take a break. I'll be right back with you on the other side. Stay tuned.
Your latest news.
The report was made by Mr. Abu Gujar, a 37-year-old Indian national residing in Olympia.
Top happening stories.
SDG number 6 on water and sanitation.
Community update.
Zambia and the nation at large is still mourning the death of the 60th Republican president.
Business news.
From here, there's going to be a great multiplier effect.
On the sport crossovers.
Of awaiting that the body would come back.
Kodi Mwambelako! And a very good race, and we as a country are very proud of the works that he has done.
Kodi Mwambelako! Get in touch with our news team on the numbers on your screen. Yes, Kodi Mwambelako. We are in your face. We are closer to you. Light TV is a footway away from you. Kodi Mwambelako. Admission is now open. Are you looking for a nurturing environment that fosters academic excellence, creativity, and personal growth for your children? Look no further than Christ Life School. Our dedicated team of educators and staff are committed to providing a world-class education that prepares students for success in an ever-changing world. With a focus on holistic development, we offer a range of programs and activities that cater to the unique needs and interests of each student. Why choose Christ Life School? We have experienced and passionate teachers, state-of-the-art facilities and resources services, personalized attention and support, opportunities of extracurricular activities and talent development, strong emphasis on values and character development. So there you go. Admission is now open for 2026. Enroll today. Contact +260 976 840 108 or +260 968 594 434 or send an email on christlifeschoolzm@gmail.com. Christ Life School.
Thank you so much for staying with us. We continue with the news. The People's Party President Sebastian Kopulande says Zambia is grappling with alarming poverty levels, with 71.7% of the population living below the poverty line and earning less than 2.15 a day US dollars, making the country the fifth poorest globally. He adds that food insecurity is worsening, with 31% of Zambians undernourished and 48% struggling to meet basic food needs. Nearly half of the population goes to bed hungry, and children suffer stunted growth, affecting education and future prospects. Kopulande warns the cost of living crisis is taking a heavy toll and calls for urgent, comprehensive measures to tackle poverty and empower citizens.
Two, we will remove unnecessary taxes, the primary mandate of managing the net. Second, we will reduce fuel and energy costs by lowering and fuel taxes, improving procurement, and investing in affordable renewable energy. 8. We will break the monopoly in the fuel supply chain, to lower prices. 9.
Police in Chilelabombwe are investigating the death of a 35-year-old man who allegedly committed suicide by ingesting pesticides at a local lodge. The incident occurred between 2nd February at 1942 hours and 3rd February at around 10 hours at Chilelabombwe Lodge 2. The man, later identified as Moses Mulenga, an accountant from Kitwe, was found lying face down in room 4 after the receptionist noticed he had not checked out. Deputy Commissioner of Police Gedi Divai says no visible injuries were observed, but an empty bottle of Doom insecticide and the deceased mobile phone were recovered. Police contacted Mulenga's mother, who confirmed his identity and reported he had been missing since 29th January. The body has been deposited at Kakoso Level 1 Hospital mortuary, awaiting possible post-mortem. An inquiry file has been opened and investigations are ongoing. Zambia is taking a leading role in promoting its tourism sector in India. The Zambia Tourism Agency, alongside 11 local operators and government agencies, is participating in the Outbound Travel Market India 2026 from 5th to 7th February. The exhibition, one of Asia's largest travel trade shows, offers a strategic platform to attract international tourists. Zambia aims to boost visibility in India and support the government's target of 2.5 million international arrivals by 2026. Hilda Mwape, ZTA Manager for Communication and Corporate Affairs, says the initiative positions Zambia competitively and strengthens long-term tourism growth. Over the 3-day event, ZTA and local operators will host presentations, networking sessions, and promotions showcasing Zambia's wildlife, culture, and natural attractions. Mwape emphasized that local tourism operators serve as ambassadors of the destination Zambia, playing a crucial role in reaching emerging markets and expanding the country's global tourism footprints.
Zambia Tourism Agency, in partnership with 11 tourism operators and government agencies, is proud to announce its participation in the Outbound Travel Market (OTM) in India 2026, which is one of Asia's most prestigious travel shows. The event is scheduled to take place from 5th to the 7th of January. Zambia has recognized the immense potential of the Indian market, driven by its growing demand for international travel. This platform will allow us to enhance destination visibility, engage with influencer travel trade partners, and position Zambia competitively within the Indian outbound tourism landscape.
The Tobacco Board of Zambia has launched a comprehensive tobacco grower validation and verification exercise across all production areas. Starting 4th February, the 2-week service exercise will verify registered growers, validate fields, and collect production data for the 2026 tobacco marketing season. TBZ says the initiatives strengthens the industry's regulatory framework and ensures compliance with guidelines. All self-contracted growers will undergo 100% validation, while 20 to 50% of contracted growers will be verified based on risk profiles and regional considerations. The process includes checking fields, planting populations, tobacco types, and crop performance. TBZ calls on sponsoring merchants, grower associations, and industry stakeholders to support the exercise, which is expected to boost the growth in the tobacco sector, benefiting farmers and the Zambian economy. We'll take a break. I'll be right back with you on the other side with sports and international news. Stay tuned.
Mwati mwamvera vivichitika ku Light TV. Battle of the Choirs ya gemuka futi. Ni second edition ya 2026. Ungawineko ndalama va makwaya. Uchita register. Vili simple. Tumani 2 minutes video yani. Filingani mu registration form. Lipirani kamutengo ka registration ka 250 nishikwasira mwangena. Registration ili open for 7 weeks kuyambira pa 1st February 2026. Competition is adonsa paka mu June pamene tizambo pasa ma winners. First prize 100,000 kwacha, second prize 50,000 kwacha, third prize 30,000 kwacha, fourth prize 20,000 kwacha. Kwaya amene izatangulira kucha register nje izatambika maningi first kuchirika wanzao. Chenjeresani chani register.
Thank you so much for still staying tuned to Light TV. We continue with the news in sports. The Football Association of Zambia has appointed a 44-member ad hoc committee to oversee the development of its strategic plan, with FIFA playing a key advisory role. FAS General Secretary Machacha Shepande says a smaller technical working group is being formed to kickstart the drafting phase. The FAS president will be part of this group, which will include experts from diverse professional backgrounds, including strategic planning. Shepande adds the group will develop terms of reference, consult stakeholders, and ensure internationally accepted best practices to guide the process. Engagement will include government bodies, referees, funds, the National Sports Council, and the Ministry of Youth, Sport and Arts. Following consultations and document reviews, the draft plan will be submitted to the 44-member committee for refinement before being presented at the FAS annual general meeting for approval. FAS expects to deliver a strategic plan that strengthens Zambian football and ensures structured long-term development. Saif Aslam Gaddafi, the 53-year-old son of former Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi, has been killed in western Libya, multiple sources report. According to Libyan media and family sources, Gaddafi was shot dead at his residence in the city of Zintan on Tuesday. His death was confirmed by his lawyer and political advisors, though the exact circumstances and motives remain unclear. Once considered a potential successor to his father and a contender in Libya's politics, Saif al-Islam played a controversial role during and after the 2011 uprising that toppled the Gaddafi regime. After years in detention and a death sentence that was later overturned, he resurfaced in public life and sought political influence before his killing. Libyan authorities have not yet officially detailed who was responsible, and investigations are expected to continue. That note brings us to the end of the main news, but before we go, a recap of the headlines. Cabinet approves 7 bills to enhance disaster investment and heritage. IBA warns broadcasters over graphic footage. Zambia commemorates World Cancer Day. First to refine strategic plan with FIFA guidance. Thank you so much for staying tuned. God bless you. Continue watching Light Television Zambia. Bye-bye.